If you feel you have what it takes to be awarded as the best in the business, here is your chance to apply. Head on over to our website, download the form and apply. If you face any troubles when applying or feel the need to get in touch with us directly, email us, call us, tweet at me directly at Sunanda_J or join our Facebook group.
Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, ETNA's special initiative that celebrates the undying entrepreneurial spirit of micro, small and medium enterprises. This is the only daily MSME platform in the country, a show where you can voice your concerns and get answers to all your queries directly from our team of experts. We understand the issues that you, the MSME entrepreneur, face, and this show aims to bring you the most relevant and updated information on everything related to your businesses. On the show today, I have a chat going with digital security specialist Lucidius. That's on our Inside segment on Bright Sparks tonight. We're featuring Kaladhar Art Gallery and Okta. Even as the importance of cybersecurity has increased, given the thrust, of course, of information technology, knowledge around cybersecurity has also increased. And leading those conversations is Lucidius. I caught up with the management to ask them about their tips for MSMEs, about what MSMEs can and should learn about cybersecurity. Listen. Let me start by asking you to talk to our viewers about what your own entrepreneurial journey has been like.
Started in 2009. For the first 3 years of my college life, first year, second year and third year, I used to go and give workshops. So my typical schedule would be Monday to Friday, I used to attend classes. Saturday and Sunday, I used to go to different parts of the country and give them different kinds of courses only and only on cybersecurity. Fourth year, I didn't need a job. I already had a list of colleges which were inviting me for my training sessions. So we incorporated a private limited company. That was 2012. From 2012 to 2016 is what we've been formally incorporated as a company. We started as a cybersecurity training provider. We thought to ourselves in the first year, we are teaching people on how a Sony got hacked or a Target got hacked. Why not to try and go into Sony and Target and tell them, look, this is what the flaw is and this is how you can secure yourself. So in 2013, we started our enterprise services business, where we went ahead and started approaching a lot of large companies in India and outside on giving them services to protect their IT assets, and we've been doing that for the last 3-4 years, you can say. And that's my journey in short.
I want to talk about fundraising. You've raised funds, of course. How difficult or easy was it for you to go about raising such funds?
In order to get the right kind of mentorship, in order to get the right kind of guidance from these very, very experienced people whose salaries we cannot afford being a bootstrapped company, what we do is we spoke to them and said, look, we need your guidance. We can't afford your salaries. So why not to make you a part of the entire journey? And we take small little angel investments. It's really, the investment is really not about the money. It's really about the time that they invest, which is really shaping up into something very exciting, which looks very exciting for the near future. So for us, it was not really very difficult because our business model was very validated. Thanks to you guys, we've been popular on the media also across the globe. So for us, it was not really very difficult to raise the funds. Yeah.
The reason I asked you that question is because a lot of our viewers write in to us or call us and say that they're finding it very difficult to go about raising funds. So your advice for our viewers in terms of how to ensure that they're in the best position or the best place possible to go about raising such funds?
While going to the right investors, if you can go to the right people, they like your idea. It is an investment in two kinds. One, they'll invest the money, and more importantly, if they validate the idea, being in the industry much longer than you are, I'm assuming the average age of these days, the entrepreneurs is like me, which is very young. So that gives you two kinds of feedback that, yes, there is some strength in your business model, and more importantly, somebody betting money on that really makes all the difference.
You've credited the role of mentors in your entrepreneurial journey, and mentorship is something that we talk about a lot here on the Leaders of Tomorrow. Tell our viewers how crucial it is for them to find such mentors, and how does one go about finding a right fit mentor in your opinion?
I got the first mentor come investor, Anand Chandrasekaran. If you know his background, he's a Stanford alumni, worked as a very senior product guy in Yahoo for Marissa Mayers, then was the chief of product for Airtel and then Snapdeal. Now, for me, his mentorship is worth much more than the money that he's putting in, because he understands how to build a product. So, the moment he's there by our side, we are much more confident, both morally and technically, because he knows the challenges that come in. We are not really pros at investment or getting the investment. So what we did was we went ahead, I spoke to the CFO of India's largest startup, Mr. Sanjay Baveja. I'm talking about Flipkart, of course. So he is, looking at the total finance of a $15 billion startup, and of course has seen and worked on live raises of hundreds of millions of dollars. And along with him, of course, another finance person who invested into us was Amit Chaudhary. He's, of course, the director of investments on Motilal Oswal Private Equity, one of India's largest private equity funds. So if you really see, both of them get me the experience of what it is like to make the financial model while I'm going and talking to serious investors across the globe. What are the do's and don't do's? Where do you place the commas and the full stops when you make the shareholders agreement with the investors? What are the points in which you can negotiate and cannot negotiate? All of that is like a wealth of information for a young person like me, just as a precautionary measure that when we go seriously with the funding route, we don't want to mess up or screw up. So that is the criticality, or that's the importance of having such mentors in my journey, at least. So that's, I feel, the important role of mentors. A lot of time mentors can screw you up also. So it's just that I've seen a lot of my friends who are startup CEOs and because of some wrong advices that they got from the people, they've done some wrong stuff. So that's very, very important to choose the right people, and you should know what you're looking at when you look at mentors.
You founded this company when you were still a student. Does a present education system, in your opinion, promote entrepreneurship, or what can be done then? What else needs to be done to manage those gaps and nurture entrepreneurs young?
The education system today, I don't think it is totally adapt to make us digitally empowered or empowered in any way when you talk about the basic elements of entrepreneurship. For example, I completed my computer science engineer without having any head or tail about what is a balance sheet. And as an engineer, when you run a company, I'm sure you understand that even when you run a tech company, the tech part of it is probably 25 to 30% of the total company that you have to run. There's so much more than that: the HR, finance, marketing, sales, and there's just so many things. Now the education system, me being a computer science engineer, did not really expose me to certain things. However, on the other side, the best part about especially my education system, my college, was really the access to some amazing faculties and professors, because you really get some very interesting perspectives from the right kind of faculty if you can go to. I do understand that not every college has the privilege or the access to the right kind of faculty, but again, that's a very relative statement to make. Thanks to Coursera, Udemy, OCW, NPTEL, if you know, all these are online platforms where you get the education absolutely free of cost. Exactly the same classes recorded live from a Stanford, Harvard, or a MIT or an IIT. So today, for somebody who really wants to go ahead and learn, I don't really think there is a huge bottleneck or something that they cannot, if they really want to know something, they can go ahead, find the course free of cost and learn from that. So it's all about the person, how much he is ready to learn.
What would you like to tell our viewers and MSMEs about cyber security? If there was one or two things that they should be aware of, what would it be?
All I'll request is, especially for small and medium scale companies which are just exchanging emails with their invoices, we've seen hundreds of cases where there'll be some importer or exporter with an invoice which was sent through a hacked mail, and the bank account details were modified out there. So your counterpart, which is there in some part of Europe or Russia or China, they are sending you the money, but they are sending it to the hacker's account rather than your account. So it only happens because of unawareness, of not knowing how things work. So it's very, very critical to have at least one guy in your organization. The way you have an IT guy, at least have one guy. Generally, they're not very, very costly. If you take a normal cybersecurity resource, it might be between 40 to 50,000 $1,000 bucks. That's like you'll get a good resource with 2 to 3 years of experience. So one guy who can only look after the security so that you don't have to go to the losses in the tunes of millions of dollars.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we are featuring two companies on our Bright Spark segment tonight, Kaladhar Art Gallery and Okta. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow on Bright Sparks tonight. We're featuring Kaladhar Art Gallery and Okta. The wedding and festive season is in full swing, and while no marriage is perfect, your mandap can definitely try to be, making weddings all over a bit more magical is mandap manufacturer Kaladhar Art Gallery. Pooja Jain caught up with the management on how they've managed to retain their brand and market share in a highly fragmented market, and what advice they have for you, the MSME entrepreneur who's catering to this market. Listen in.
Founded in the early 1970s, Kaladhar Art Gallery has blossomed from a modest family business to a full-fledged enterprise that manufactures, supplies and exports traditional and modern Indian wedding mandaps to 6 continents. The beautifully crafted crystal, wooden and fibre mandaps the company brings to life are embellished with embroidery backdrops, aisle corridor pillars and, when the client demands it, royal thrones. But how does a company in this fragmented market win over the heart of the happy couple? We visited Kaladhar Art Gallery's in-house manufacturing facility to find out, and happened to witness a mandap in the making. So your grandfather got his start in the business by making decorative, delicate wedding items by hand. You've since grown the business multifold as a mandap manufacturer. Walk us through your growth story.
My grandfather started his business like in 1972. Our business started with the handicraft items only. Then slowly like people started liking our product, and we manufacture everything, whatever comes in a mandap line. Nowadays we do local supply also from Kaladhar Art Gallery, and we are all the exports we are doing in Kaladhar International, and we started exporting the mandaps to all over the world.
So we've come to understand that mandaps are made in multiple varieties: crystal, wooden, fibre. Walk us through how they're different and how a mandap even comes to life.
Before making any design, we have to make the mold, POP mold or lubricant mold, and there are different molds are there. After making the whatever the design, we have to cut that portion to make the finishing and all the thing. Fiber is very lightweight, okay. And we added the crystal in that actually, because after adding crystal, looks comes totally different. Actually looks very pretty. Wooden is old traditions. Actually it's look good, but it's very heavy.
So how does a staff of just 12 provide mandaps to happy customers across 6 continents?
They give us sketches. We want like this. We want this design. We want this design. Whatever the sketch they give, we make according to them.
How do your business priorities change during peak wedding season versus the off-season? Is there perhaps a heavier emphasis on marketing?
In off-season, we make the new designs, okay, because in peak season, we don't get a time to make the designs.
What is the emotion you experience when you see a happy couple on the mandap?
Best part of my job is to do creation, daily new creations. Makes me proud actually, oh, I made this design. It's my passion, I like that.
By consciously prioritizing customized design that appeals to the tastes of the modern and traditional, Kaladhar Art Gallery has become the rage amongst both wedding planners and the wedded. With an emphasis on excellent craftsmanship, no compromise finishing, and continuously catering to the client, Kaladhar Art Gallery has become a beacon for marital bliss.
From smart cities to smart homes, the country is moving towards automation. On Bright Sparks tonight, we feature Okta that promises to make your existing home appliances smart by providing plug-and-play solutions with simple setup kits. Here are tips for you, the MSME entrepreneur, about new-age businesses and how you can use technology more in your business. Listen in.
Unlock your door, switch off those lights, turn on your AC, all from your mobile app. Yes, you heard it right. Meet the magic of IoT in Octa. This Gurgaon-based startup, Octa, offers internet-enabled plug-and-play home automation solutions that simplifies consumers' lives without restricting the appliances to any one particular brand. This user-friendly app smartens the existing appliances including water motor, air conditioners, geysers, rice cooker, coffee machine, printer, fans, refrigerators and many more such devices.
What are the various kits you offer under the Octa brand?
At Octa, we offer Smart Plug. Smart Plug is basically an outlet. Whatever it can be go into standard wall outlets, and whatever you plug over it, any plugged-in devices like a geyser, AC, motor, lamp, etc. Whatever you plug over it can be controlled using the mobile app. The second product is a Smart Lock. You can basically unlock your door using the mobile app.
When it comes to home automation, don't you think these kind of products are way too new for the Indian market? Do you want to take the first mover advantage in that case?
It is a bit early, I agree. I don't think there is anything like a first mover's advantage. You have to execute well. And more than the first mover advantage, we feel that if we are passionate about this idea and we really feel that it will bring out substantial benefit to the consumers, that's why we are pursuing it. It might take more time than an idea which has already been done or time has come. But I think the startups anyway bet on an idea which they believe that will be the idea for the future.
Internet is one of the most important words when it comes to your products. Don't you think, keeping in mind the kind of bandwidth or network issues that we are facing currently, it's very difficult to penetrate the markets in India?
Bandwidth and internet is, I feel, much better condition in terms of infrastructure as compared to other hard infrastructure like roads, electricity, power connectivity, landline. So internet is penetrating fast. There is no doubt about it. And the good thing about our product is, Octa product is that we don't need high quality bandwidth and the really high speed connectivity. Even with small speeds and with the intermittent network, even unreliable network, our system really works well. We have also designed the system in a way that even if the connectivity is a problem and it's not an ideal scenario, it's not a Sweden or a Western country based system, but still our system will work even if the internet connectivity is not so good. But I think even slow internet connectivity and the internet connectivity penetration is definitely increasing at a very fast pace in India.
Right. So majority of Indian consumers are still on feature phones, and your products ideally need a smartphone for operations. So don't you think this is like a challenge, or this is like a bit of a restriction when it comes to reaching your consumers?
One of the advantages of doing business in India is a huge consumer base. And there are majority is feature phone users, but there is a high majority of smartphone users as well. So I don't think that is a challenge. By the time we cover all our smartphone users as our customer base, the feature phone market will also have evolved to the smartphone or some new technology as it evolves. So I don't see as an India specific challenge. I see this is an advantage in India that we have such a large consumer base for all kind of let's say economy sector and all kind of using all kind of phones, which we can tap into that market to start with.
Now let's talk about GST. What do you think is the effect of GST on your business or your company, which is Octa?
It's going to be huge for hardware startups, for manufacturing setups. GST is going to be a big boon. We are eagerly waiting for it. There are various challenges in the current system, and to be honest, we sometimes feel that we should probably hold our operations till the GST comes up and then really go all out. So for example, our products are like new kind of products, and different experts of VAT and CST have different opinion on which category our product lie on. and it is so confusing on what is the right tax structure, what is the right registrations that we have to do to the when it gets seamlessly executed and all the structures are same when the GST comes in. That will definitely be a much less confusing and much less. Right now, we are always a bit confused on whether we are going the right path or not.
Okta Smart Kit consists of a hub, a smart plug, plugged-in sensors, and a mobile app. Within just a year of its inception, Okta has been successful in simplifying over 100 homes and smartened more than 300 home appliances in India.
Today we brought you the MSME Entrepreneur Tips on cyber security, and if you want your company or your business to be featured on the show, or you have any query about any aspect of your business, do write in to us. The email ID is leadersoftomorrow@times-group.com. You can personally tweet at me at Sunanda_J. You can reach us on Twitter using the hashtag LOT. Call us on that number that you see flashing on your screen. If you have any questions, we promise to have those answered for you. Have a good night.
If you feel you have what it takes to be awarded as the best in the business, here is your chance to apply. Head on over to our website, download the form and apply. If you face any troubles when applying or feel the need to get in touch with us directly, email us, call us, tweet at me directly at Sunanda_J or join our Facebook group.